Why, hey there, Space Cadets. That's right, it's a Christmas episode. I thought, what better way to celebrate the birth of Jesus than to talk about a bunch of Lovecraftian games. This is my first, hopefully not my last, very Cthulhu Christmas. I'm Kirby, and I'm bringing you Christmas cheer from the precipice of madness and death. This is the Evil Fungi Show. The first game I played for this holiday season was The Awakening of Cthulhu. On the surface, it appears to be a Cthulhu tale where you platform around as a trenched coat wearing detective, which is often the case with adaptations of Lovecraft's work within the medium of video games. The wearing the trench coat and being a detective, not the jumping around. That's rather uncommon. Turns out you're just a guy in a trench coat. There actually isn't any real story to this game. Sometimes you can find newspapers that will bring up a text box with a sentence or two for you to read, and that's about it. The game doesn't look nice. Some character designs are alright, like the animation where these red things explode, and the shark/crab boss, which is sort of cool looking. I wouldn't want to meet that in the water, but the graphics aren't good. Everything is brown mush. When a level starts up, everything remains pixelated for a second or two. The first couple of times this happened, I thought the game had crashed or something, and it had glitched, but it seemed to be just a feature of the game, just pixelated graphics. Anyhow, I enjoyed the music in the game. It has a bluesy quality to it that matches the bleak tone that the game sets. The story has something to do with a plague and fish people invading the city, which is Lovecraft to a T. Gameplay and the overall functionality of said gameplay falls through the floor. However, you can play the game. It's playable. It's a platformer, but the most bare-bones platformer ever. You run to the right and bash Lovecraft monsters with a cane. That's it. Sometimes there are platforms above you that you can jump on, but it's not really necessary for completing the game. Enemies do very little to stop you, and I'm not sure why they are trying to stop you and what they are trying to stop you from doing, but by God, you are number one on these mofos hit list. I mean, watch out, buddy. However, all of them just have one attack each and aren't very smart. Really, you can just run to the right and jump over enemies to avoid them, and there's not much more to it than that. I did, however, run to the left at one point and ended up jumping out of the level. So that's what New England looks like from underneath. Well, now I know. And the ending of the game is this. This is not a good game. I do not recommend this game. I wish more work had been put into this game, though. There is a quality about the game that if the story had been expanded or the gameplay refined and the game finished, then maybe it could have been decent. But in this state of condition, it's going to take you about 15 minutes to finish the game, but only seconds to be disappointed by it. Tesla vs. Lovecraft is a top-down shooter. Now, I hesitate to say that the game is a twin-stick shooter, because although you do use one stick to move and the other stick to point your gun in the direction that you wish to shoot, you have to push a shoulder button to fire your weapon, which feels really weird to me. I wanna move a stick to move and then move a stick to shoot in the direction I want to shoot. I don't want to push a shoulder button. It feels weird and it's too complicated for me when I'm drunk. You also have to reload your gun. There's this little targeting icon you have, and when you're out of ammo, it slowly refills to show that you're reloading. The story for the game is that Tesla is messing with technology and forces he can't comprehend, and so Lovecraft, who is not happy about this in any way, uses arcane magic to summon fish things to stop Tesla. And it's up to Tesla to murder as many of those fish things in the streets of Arkham as possible. This is a fun, well put together game that I enjoy playing. It's mindless with really no story. You just go from level to level, kill massive hordes of Lovecraftian monsters, and there's not much more to it than that. It's simple, it's sweet, have a beer with it, I'm okay with that. The Lovecraft mythos is little more than window dressing in this game. This is all about shooting. That's what this game is about. Each stage you have to kill a lot of otherworldly creatures from the deep. I mean like hordes and hordes of fish monsters. Like Jesus, they are legion, yo. You can pick up machine guns, revolvers, shotguns, electric guns, and collect mech parts that allow Tesla to ride around in a mech and murder things like a boss for a short period of time. Tesla vs. Lovecraft is a really fun game that I do enjoy playing. It's fast-paced, and the levels aren't that long. They're like bite-sized, like potato chips. You just want to keep eating and eating and eating, and you say, just one more, I'll just have one more, I'll just do one more, but then you just keep going. I'll play a stage and then say, okay, one more, and before you know it, it's been a couple of years, and I'm shouting, what on earth have I done with my life? The Innsmouth case is a strange game. For starters, it's not really a game. You play a detective, which will be standard for protagonists in Lovecraft games going forward from this particular Christmas, and you have to solve, in this game, the mystery of a missing girl. And that's the start of the story. I don't want to give away anything else about the game, as the story is all there really is to the game, because as I said, this isn't a game, it's a damn book. It's a book disguised as a video game. There are nothing but pages full of text and some pictures to set the scene here and there, but it's just a book. More specifically, a choose-your-own-adventure book. There is text. Often, you're given a choice within the text to do an action that will lead you along a different text in the game. There are something like 36 endings in this game, which is a lot. There's a lot to the game. The writing isn't anything spectacular, it's not bad, but it's not the purple prose of H.P. Lovecraft. It's simple, easy to read, and easy to follow. I like the pictures they have. They are illustrations. Sometimes they are animated and images within them move. It sort of reminds me of that Goosebumps point-and-click game. That game was pretty good. Music accompanies the Innsmouth case, and it changes as the tone of the writing and story changes. I may not consider the Innsmouth case a game, but I did enjoy reading it. I like reading, and this game is a good read. Well, that's it, Space Cadets. I hope you enjoyed this really special Christmas episode, and I just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and Happy New Year. And may everything you want come to pass this year, and may all the stresses and pains of the previous year become just memories. Good night, everyone.